G'day everyone. Today I'm just doing a bit of maintenance on the pruning machine, and there's one issue I thought that I might show you guys that a few guys experience with their barrel pruners. Now I'm standing beside my machine here now. As you can see, it is a split shaft machine. It has the same characteristics as the single shafted machine, which the shaft goes right through and the big head on top. And what we're actually addressing is the opening and closing mechanism of the machine, and well, I call it snapback. And when I mean snapback is when you go around a post or a vine and the machine closes quite harshly, which allows it to bang, or when it closes and bounces open and then recloses again. And that's all to do with the dampeners up top, and how I've rectified that problem myself in this machine here by getting it to just overcome that issue of closing, no bounce, and maintaining your speed. Okay, so here's the dampener that I'm talking about. It's a very simple device that works extremely well. It's just a hydraulic ram, need a valve with a check valve in it. The only thing that I've done with it is I've just put grease nipples on either end just to reduce the amount of wear, so I'm not buying parts all the time. But in this is where the problem is. Now, usually when I see any oil, any weepage coming out of here, I know it's time to replace the seals internally as well. And what I do, I basically just clamp that into a vise, gravity with vice grips, undo it, change the seals internally, externally. But the only thing is, when I put it back together, is probably where I do it a bit different. I make sure this shaft is completely extended, and I'll measure from this boss here to the very end of the actual cylinder inside. I'll measure that, and then what I'll do is I'll actually fill that portion up to where I measure down with oil. Now I use a 68 grade hydraulic oil. In the cooler climates you might use a 32 grade because it's just too cold in the morning and they won't activate fast enough for you. But that's all I do. I fill that up to that point, I lock this back down again, and in that then you will actually have a hydraulic lock. This shaft should not move down much at all. It might have a little bit of air, but not a great deal. Okay, so what I've done here, I've reassembled the ram, okay? And now, as you can see, the machine's fully extended because the ram is in a hydraulic lock position. And now all I do, a little bit messy guys, I undo this nut here at the back, and then I'll just slowly push it in with my foot and expel the air and the oil at the same time. Now you're not going to get a great amount of oil, but you will get oil coming out. And I just keep pushing that slowly until it goes till its end lock, and as soon as it hits the end, I nip the nut straight away. And that means that this ram is now loaded fully with oil and nothing else. Okay, so I've shown you how to adjust it and bleed the air out, and all we're going to do now is just crank down on the needle valve to get your desired pressure. Now everyone is different. I run a 6mm spring in this machine only. I've only ever run that type of spring. It's heavy enough for the full barrel or half the barrel. What I'm only doing window cleaning here, but we're only using one cutter in the window, not two. That's all I use is the 6mm spring. Now you'll see in some of the earlier videos that I've done, if you watch the head, you'll see that it's going around and coming back in quite easily and quite nicely. There's one or two you'll see that bounce in it, but that is because there was air in one of those rams. Rectified the problem. Okay, they always have seal kits with me, and you go back to work. Takes about an hour to whip it off, quickly fix it and put it back together. But it will stop your machine from falling apart. If you feel it on the seat of the tractor, any hammering from this device coming back and even bouncing, you're getting wear through your machine, which is your bearings or your bolts. Everything's going to start coming loose. I've fixed this on a few guys' machines because they've had the same problem. I've seen all their bolts and everything are breaking apart, and they've asked me, what do you got to do this? I said, well look, I'll show you how to do it. And they've been very happy since, because it's just something simple. It's a really good device. You just need to know how to get them to work right. So have yourself a great day pruning, and we'll catch you later.